The Earth is full of strange natural phenomena, and the holes that penetrate the Earth's crust are considered one of the phenomena that scientists and explorers do not miss studying, understanding, and explaining in every possible way. Interestingly, some scientists and explorers try to create their own versions of these holes, which are sometimes more dangerous and mysterious than natural Earth's holes. Welcome to Feral Finds, where reality meets mystery and reality intertwines with fantasy. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. The Xiaozhai Tiankeng is the deepest natural sinkhole in the world on land, meaning you can say it's the Mariana Trench of the land. Of course, it's not as deep as the Mariana Trench. The deepest part of this sinkhole reaches only 622 meters, but simply falling from a height of just a few meters is enough to kill most creatures. Unfortunately, this was a periodic occurrence in the past for many humans and many animals. This sinkhole originally was a network of karst caves, which is a type of cave with a weak surface that usually experiences ceiling collapses continuing to expand. This expansion has now reached 626 meters in length and 537 meters in width. With the multiple accidents that occurred there, the locals began to memorize the location of the sinkhole, avoiding it and all the areas near it. Over time, with the advancement of science, it was natural for scientists to try to study the bottom of the sinkhole. This effort revealed the new surprise that explained why no remains or bones of any victims who fell into the sinkhole were found. They discovered a limestone cave at the bottom of the sinkhole, connected to an underground river that is over 8 kilometers long, which in turn is connected to the Panyang River. This means that anything that fell into this sinkhole would be washed away by the river. The Batagaika crater is a different type of sinkhole, a very large one about 1 kilometer long and around 100 meters deep. What makes this dangerous sinkhole unique is that its surface is composed of permafrost that can collapse at any time, typically due to temperature changes. This sinkhole is located in northern Russia, one of the coldest regions in the world, and was first discovered in the 1960s after the government cleared a large part of the forest in the area. According to a 2016 study, the bottom of this sinkhole contained various fossilized materials, from pollen to the remains of extinct animals. Scientists confirm that this sinkhole is still expanding continuously due to global warming. The blue hole in the Egyptian city of Dahab is one of the favorite trips for all visitors. This hole has a diameter of about 80 meters and reaches a depth of about 130 meters. Despite its beauty and the frequent visits by large numbers of tourists, most visits are limited to watching marine life from the surface through snorkeling. Diving into the depths of the hole is extremely dangerous. It is even globally known as the Divers' Cemetery. The reason for this is the death of about 200 people in this hole, and if one visits the place, they will find a memorial engraved with the names of 130 identified victims. This is why diving there is only allowed for professional divers. However, some reckless individuals dive into it without being qualified, paying with their lives. One of the strangest things is that one of the causes of death in this hole is the extreme clarity of the water. Due to the clarity of the water, a diver can see the end of the exit and the light from the other side, but when they try to cross the tunnel in the hole, they find that the time needed to cross it is much longer than expected, in addition to facing water currents that slow their movement, thereby using up their oxygen before crossing. It is known that the black holes in space are named as such because their immense gravity absorbs everything, even light, leaving only complete darkness. But before we continue, do you think this phenomenon can happen on Earth? Write to us in the comments, and while you are at it, give a nice like, because it helps us reach more people. Subscribe and activate the bell if you haven't yet. Back to our topic, the phenomenon of black holes can somewhat happen on Earth. Andros Island is the largest island among all the Bahamas Islands. Near the island's shores, scientists noticed a spot of water that looked exactly like the blue holes, such as the Dahab hole we talked about, but this time the hole was not blue as usual, but black, with a diameter ranging from 270 to 310 meters. Upon study, scientists discovered that this hole's depth does not exceed 47 meters, but these 47 meters are divided into 3 areas of depth. The first area, which extends 18 meters deep, consists of clear water with nothing strange. The next area, no more than 1 meter deep, contains countless toxic bacteria with high concentrations of hydrogen sulfide. Scientists estimate the number of these bacteria at 10 million cells per millimeter. Light is the preferred food for this type of bacteria. These huge numbers of bacteria absorb the light and convert it into heat, raising the water temperature in this area to 40 degrees Celsius. Naturally, absorbing the light leads to the appearance of what looks like a black hole, in addition to spreading total darkness in the depths, making diving almost impossible even for the most skilled and experienced divers. The Temple of Doom Hole is a sinkhole in a forest located in the lands of the Mayan civilization in Mexico. The hole is a popular tourist destination for many people, and its depth does not exceed 16 meters. Visitors need to use a fixed ladder at the bottom to reach the water's surface. Some people prefer to make acrobatic jumps instead of using the ladder. The beauty and magnificence of this hole are also its problem. Essentially, this hole is a maze-like cave formed over millions of years. The reflection and penetration of lights into the rock holes create natural underwater artistic scenes. These beautiful visual effects attract divers, making them move around. If a diver gets lost in admiration of this beauty without using one of the ropes fixed to the surface, it's very easy to get lost in the caves below and not be able to return to the exit. This is because the cave is a maze extending up to 10,000 meters of branched paths in the depths of the forest. Sea snakes live in tropical and subtropical waters, meaning they are restricted to parts of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. They can reach up to 3 meters in length and are skilled divers, able to reach depths of up to 250 meters, but they eventually need to return to the surface for oxygen. The big problem is that most sea snake species are highly venomous, with venom even more potent than that of cobras. The Snake Ridge Hole in Gunung Api Island, Indonesia, is one of the natural environments where sea snakes are abundant. Frankly, it's hard to understand the degree of curiosity and love of exploration that drives someone to dive into this hole and document the marine life patterns of these dangerous creatures. But explorers say that despite the extreme venomous nature of sea snakes, they are characterized by gentleness and a tendency not to attack unless threatened. Researchers note that most bites occur to fishermen who catch the snakes by mistake in their nets. The Kola borehole was one of the competitive projects between the Soviets and the Americans, similar to the space race during the Cold War. The goal of this race was to see who could reach the center of the Earth first. The Kola borehole is the most dangerous hole on our list and on the Earth without question, but at the same time, because of its danger, it is also one of the safest holes. This is simply because, due to its extreme danger, it was covered to prevent any curious or adventurous person from attempting to descend into it. The Kola borehole reaches a depth of 12,262 meters, deeper than any known point on land or in the water, and deeper than the Mariana Trench by about 1,000 meters at least. Despite this incredible depth, it ultimately represents just a scratch in the Earth's crust, which averages about 40,000 meters thick, the first phase of a long journey to the Earth's core, located 6,371 kilometers deep. Of course, Soviet scientists had to stop drilling for many reasons, the most important being the unexpected high temperatures at those depths, in addition to the political upheavals and the subsequent dissolution of the Soviet Union. That's everything. Don't forget, if you have any suggestions for an episode, write to us in the comments. Most of the episodes we make now come from your comments. Goodbye.